Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Hola. Bom dia. It's my birthday. So about my excursion. I booked an excursion for today. And I decided it was only $20 for a 2.5 hour tour of the local caves along the coastline here. I was a little nervous beforehand. Lately in my life, there's been a lot of anxiety. It's like I fixate on all the ways we can die. I'm not kidding. I really wish I were, but I'm not. And so I was already kind of nervous about being on the open ocean in a boat. Like, that's a lot of water. Like, that's a lot of water. And then the other fear started creeping in, because once you like let fear in, it just really what is it, steamroll, it just becomes its own thing. So all last night I was worried, like, should I go? Like, what if it's a trap? Like, what if I get there and it's just a trap for them to throw me in a van and like steal my organs and sell them on the black market? I'm not kidding. I really was thinking that. And then so I was like, well, are there going to be other people on tour? What if I get there and I'm the only one? And I'm like, I'm really not going to feel safe then. Like, let me just text my mama where I'm at. Like, I talked to the people twice on the phone, and both times I asked them, so are there going to be other people on this tour? Just so there's a better option for the organs in case, like, this is a trap. I don't know. So I talked myself down and said, Reese, go. There were a lot of people waiting for this tour, which made me feel good, because there were other tours in the area, but everybody was at this one. And so I'm like, okay, so this must be a pretty good tour. So they put the life jackets on us. And I noticed some of the life jackets had like a pull cord to inflate it, but some didn't. Mine did not. And I'm like, what's up with that? Because if this is going to be a Titanic situation, I'm going to be Rose on the door. Like, I'm going to be okay if it means somebody else ain't. I'm just playing. But I'm like, well, why doesn't mine? And I kept like looking at it like, so are they going to explain how does it inflate? Because this is awful flat. I don't think this is going to help me. But anywho, then they started separating us into lines, calling us by our names. So they started separating us into lines. I was one of the last people at the back of the line, and this German lady was behind me. And the guy called her name. She got behind me, and she was like, that's enough. Like, she was joking, but like, that line was quite long. We don't need everybody on one boat. Are there multiple boats? Because otherwise I'm not going. But they ended up having like 3 boats, and I'm so glad for the one I was on. I was on there with her. She was so great and chill and awesome. We pulled out into the river and got to, the guide is explaining everything. And I was trying to be chill, but I guess my nervousness was showing on my face, because like I said, I just start thinking about how deep the water is and everything, and I get a little in my head. And so I was sitting right behind the captain and the guide, and the guide said, you okay? And I was like, I'm just a little nervous. And he was like, they both reassured me, like, these are the boats that the Marines take out for safety drills. The Coast Guard uses these. These are very good boats, and she was a good captain. So basically just reassured me and helped me to like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this day. This is going to be an amazing day, and I'll be so thankful for this experience. And I did relax. It did end up being amazing. It was so beautiful. Just seeing those caves, and some of them were man-made, it put me in the mind of like what people must have lived like 1,000 years ago or more, and just how thankful I am to have been born in the century I was born in. And I mean, because I can't imagine life without running water and electricity and Netflix. Like, there's just so many creature comforts that we don't realize are so vital. Like, it's like, don't take it for granted. Be thankful for that. Because if I had to catch and kill anything or even skin it, oh, I would so be a vegetarian. Because I can't even imagine touching a fish. So definitely just straight vegetarian. But anywho, excursion was beautiful. Going nice and warm, water was calm, the waves were, beautiful. We just kind of like rocking. There were some interesting moments. We pulled into a cave to wait out the rain at one point, and because it just started drizzling. It was only like a drizzle, but we weren't sure if it was gonna rain longer. And then the cloud moved on. But coming back, I don't know what we did or who we pissed off, but Poseidon's Nuggets, it got cold. It got cold. We were riding against the wind, so the waves were like, yeah, we were like coming back, going. Everybody was chill with their little sunglasses on. Oh, this is beautiful. Coming back, those who had hoods was like, they gave us towels to huddle together, and we like had towels around each other, and the waves were like, we're like going. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to end up in Davy Jones' locker on my birthday. That's not what we planned. That's not how the day is supposed to go. It was interesting coming back, but thankfully it felt quicker. Like, we got back way quicker than going, of course, because they were taking their time going. But yeah, that was a bit much. And then because a little bit, like, the spray was spraying us in the face, so salty AF, like I made the mistake of licking my lips. It was just like pure salt. And then some of the water was splashing in the boat, just like a little bit, but our seats got wet. And so I was wearing the wrong pants, because I had on, like, they were like long pants, but they showed the wetness. So of course, once we got off the boat, and I was within walking distance from where I'm staying to where we were, and so, but I hadn't eaten, and it's like, do I want to go in here and look like I wet my pants and eat, or go back to the house and just sit here with my dreams? And because I really don't want to Uber Eats anything right now. So I went into the restaurant, wet pants and all, yes I did, and had a delicious meal. It was a tuna steak on a bed of sweet potatoes with some cherry tomatoes, which I never eat. I don't touch tomatoes, but though I made myself try them, and they were actually delicious. And it came with, I got chocolate cake, all for $13. Oh, and a cup of hot chocolate and a soda. So I was like, nice. Like, so I had the boat excursion, had my nice meal, came back out into the wind. It just basically wanted to remind us that it is winter, even in Portugal. I haven't needed a long sleeve shirt since I've been here, but today the wind was like, let me show you what's real. And with my wet pants, and called an Uber. And thankfully, when I was calling the Uber, I was literally standing right in front of his car and had no clues. So I was just like, oh, hi, thank you. So got back home and just, once again, feeling thankful and appreciative that I'm 40. I still don't feel like the math is right there. I think my mother needs to check some records, but I'm 40. Like, what? Like, I remember the first time I asked my mother how old she was when I was a kid, and at that time she was 36, and I just thought that was so crazy. And I'm older than she was then. Wow. That's crazy. But I wouldn't trade my life. I'm glad for the way it's unfolded. I'm glad for my family. I'm glad for the friends I have. And I'm just excited about what's next because I know it's amazing. It'll be interesting.
Still going in high tide? Beach is not covered in high tide?
No. But you see this cake? It's better when it's like that.
Here we have the tunnel of the skull. When you stay inside, like this, turn and look up. Turn your head. No, the other side. Come on. Like this. Guys, open the mouth. Yeah? You see the skull? You see the skull? The eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
Oh, okay.
When the boat go a little bit more to the front. See the fish there? Now we try to put the boat in a nice place to take a beautiful photo. We have more steps with stairs, tunnels between the holes, the caves. If you look, this rock here seems like a frog. Not the guy, the rock.
It does look like a frog.
A big fluffy frog.
Long time ago, the pirates used this to hide the things, and then the smugglers. And like I told you, if you have the chance to visit, there in the top you have a place to park the car, and then you can see all this area, Algar Seco. And there in the front we have Boneca. As calças não precisam ter só na perna de chassas. Agora os tênis não gostam. Obrigados por depois que param. Ok.